what is the social effect of irony? I think there's at least two. I mean, irony is ambivalence. It's saying something and meaning something else. And so it keeps two options open. And in that sense, it can be used to bridge contradictions. For instance, what I just referred to before between the official discourse and the local practice. And thus, secondly, it can facilitate action because it doesn't emphasize the contradiction. I think irony is really absolutely crucial in a world of incommensurabilities, because you and me and everyone else, we try to communicate, we try to engage with each other, but we also fundamentally different. Every kind of human being with each other is very different from each other. So we constantly have to deal with the challenge of difference. And
you continue, I'm quoting you, it can be said that Chinese government was characterized by the continuous tension between the relational ethics of Confucianism and the universal ethics of legalism. This tension continues, but in modern China, universalistic ethics becomes dominant while relational ethics go underground and constitute an oppositional force in the form of gift economy, for example. Could you please elaborate this tension between, if I'm right in understanding you, between Confucianism and legalism?
Yeah, so I think this is a massively under-recognized kind of opposition between schools in the Chinese tradition. I mean, for people who don't work on China, it's possibly unheard of, or people are not so familiar with legalism. So what is legalism in the Chinese tradition? The Fajia tradition. These are the first legalists were the advisors of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. There were people such as the Lord of Shang or Han Feizi, who are known as the founders of legalism, just like Confucius is supposedly the founder of Confucianism. China is Confucian, and the Chinese ethics are Confucian, and Confucianism is the most important kind of philosophy of China. It's still very strong and very prevalent, and partly also promoted by the Communist Party today. But I think to some extent it's also quite wrong, because it neglects the fact that many of the features of Chinese governments today are really legalist.
In the history of anthropology, to what extent do you think Western anthropologists have closed the gap of interpretation and been cynic about other cultures? And is it an ethical act not to be cynic towards the others?
Absolutely. I think the best definition of anthropology is to wonder, to be curious, to remain open, and I would hope that not too many of my colleagues are cynical about others, because cynicism in that sense might imply that we know already what's happening and who the other is and who I am. It's kind of fatalist fixing of possibilities, disallowing possibilities.
Can we, I mean, to make it really short, can we, Hans, can we claim that we have really different forms of cynicism?
I think that influential book that Sloterdijk wrote, I think it was 1987, the Critique of Cynical Reason, for the anniversary of the Critique of Pure Reason, is very suggestive of a general kind of feeling in Germany, but also across Europe and America. I would think especially the kind of the industrial North, which is this impression that all our thought is kind of second order, and there can't be any serious commitment anymore, because we kind of know already that what we do does other things, and we still keep on doing it.